address the stories and then how the buildings, what are in the separate buildings?
Yes. So on the front, at the corner of Capitol and Front Street is the primary tower, and that would feature at the ground level. Here's actually almost a better view of it. Here's Front Street and Capitol and the main entrance. Along the ground level at the streetscape, there would be the storefronts. Walking inside, there would be a more open atrium sort of feel, a big, vibrant space. Moving up, there would be city offices, lecture hall facilities, the digital library space. Above that would be research centers for the library and the university. In the rear tower is the residential facilities for the university and their staff. At the main level here, around the space, is actually an outdoor terrace walkway that can be used by anyone for recreation or as a meeting space or as a gathering point. Against the building, this is actually a straight tower going vertically, and there's a giant outdoor veranda space, that would be usable in all seasons. And in the summer, the sides of the glass would actually be able to be removed, so it creates a seamless indoor-outdoor space, but still with the third place meeting space concept behind it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Could you, realizing you don't have time or the detail to go into it, give us a little bit of the underpinnings as far as the ownership or co-ownership and how the financing feasibility would be, and how it would tie in the ownership with the financing feasibility?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In the report there before you is a breakdown of some of the costs structures. Ashley helped with the financial analysis. Do you remember the total construction cost?
It's a little under $70 million.
Slightly under $70 million. Due to some of the innovative, the use of space, we were able to minimize construction costs. Specifically to answer your question though, ownership, we anticipate remaining in the hands of a corporation for the structure with long-term lease agreements between the city and the university primarily. There would be recurring revenue from some of the office tenants and the retail tenants, but that's more to cover operating expenses. Additionally, private sponsorship during the construction phase. A lot of performing arts spaces, for example, bear the name of a corporate sponsor, and we see that as a definite possibility for financing this structure.
With the city of Boise and VSU being involved in it, are you saying have you looked at it as a non-profit, a not-for-profit building, or for a profit building?
Yes, as a non-profit building. Again, it's primarily for the civic purpose of fostering the innovation in the city.
If it's not-for-profit, then why would private investors want to get involved?
Mm-hmm. Much the same as the Kodak Theater in Los Angeles, for example, just to associate their name with a space that would be so prominent in the city. So they wouldn't be looking for a return on the building, but they would get their name attached to a single primary sponsor would get their name attached to this highly visible structure.
Not speaking of sponsorship, I'm
Yes.
talking about investors.
Oh, we weren't seeking private investorship.
It says you are.
My apologies for that.
No minutes for
No more
questions.
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is this going to be 250,000 of usable space, or is that?
That's for that's a usable, yes, in that the primary purpose is civic. So all of the purposes and all of the common gathering space in our mind is usable space in the building. In terms of an office building or something which the primary purpose is to rent it out, then no, we don't anticipate 250,000 square feet of leasable space, but that is all the indoor space in the building.
And foot traffic through the building, all sectors, what do you estimate that as being daily?
I actually don't have the exact estimates. I do know that as the area south of Front Street is developed, increasingly so, that will rise. On the corner of Front and Capitol, we are on the side of the street that has the crosswalk on Capitol, as well as bridging over to Front Street. In our transit plan, we also anticipated building a rising walkway to bridge over to the Bodo development and take advantage of that foot traffic as well. As well as located right along the current bus routes, as well as future proposed streetcar routes.
Tell me more about these pop-up retail.
Yeah.
14 seconds.
So, in brief, pop-up retail is a phenomenon to better utilize vacant storefront space, and we have the idea of just creating a high-energy area where shoppers will continue to return to see what new concepts are available.